Charlotte, welcome to the rainy weather after the snow yesterday and today. I'm very glad it didn't freeze. Plus, all the plants are getting its water, their water. After this, hopefully slowly it will get warmer and warmer. Plum trees are blooming. Oh, Brazil, welcome. Welcome to Japan. Konnichiwa. This is the end of the cold season here. And we are in the park in Tokyo. I'm going to go and see the plum trees. There's a plum grove not far away. This cold weather keeps the plum blossoms in really good condition. Unlike the cherry blossoms which disappear after 1 week, plum blossoms last for almost a month. So many people prefer plum blossoms more to the cherry blossoms. And of course there's always a plum blossom festival. But since it's cooler, I guess not many people go out to eat. But for the cherry blossoms, the wind is blowing strong, it's dry, and it's dusty. Here we have little bamboo section. Always love to see them because they look always green. You can see the lawn is still dormant, kind of yellow-orange. But when the warmer weather hits, it's going to be green, beautifully green. A little bit of wind coming, wind gust. We're walking under the transparent umbrella. I don't know, do other countries have these kind of umbrellas? These are the kinds that you can buy from a vending machine at the train stations in case you forget your own. Very handy. And after a typhoon, there's a garbage pile of these umbrellas. They get broken with strong winds, but they're strong enough for medium winds. Okay, in front of us, the red over there, or the pink, or the in between us are the plum blossoms. The good thing is now that it's raining and there are no people. Usually people put blankets under these trees and enjoy some kind of a picnic or lunch. The blossoms smell very nice, very characteristic, smooth, little bit sweet smell. And if it's sunny, you will always see some honeybees. I'm going to climb on this hill to see the overall view. This tree here is a cherry tree. So once these guys are done, the plums are done, the cherries come. And as you can see, there are some buds already. And of course you will see lots of people with blankets here enjoying the cool shade of the cherry tree petals, cherry tree blossom petals. And here we have the plums. Look at that. Each of these flowers will be a fruit. So in the summer there will be a lot of plums around here. Let's go down and see the detail. I think that some of these trees are already finishing blooming, like this one. But let's get the better one here. Oh, the smell is great. Almost like, something like wine, but a little bit sweet. Oh, gusty wind. The flower of the spring, actually, the beginning of the spring is a plum blossom. They come in various colors. This tree here is a little pinkish. You will sometimes see replicas of these trees and blossoms at the setups of for the Girls' Day doll setups that people have at their houses. Sometimes maybe you can see one at the library. The imperial couple dolls are usually displayed in a households with someone who has a daughter. And I think this is the March the 3rd, so after that they get taken down really quickly. And what do we have here? It's actually nicely sprinkled with rain. Ah, great smell. Great smell. Oh, it smells great. There are some products in Japan that are flavored after the plum trees or plum blossoms. Maybe you can find a plum blossom tea. And if you wait a little bit longer, you will find a cherry blossom tea. Oh, very heavy with water are these flowers. Usually these trees create a small fruit. Some don't create any, but the small plums are a rounder type, and you can pickle them in honey and shiso, salt, and they're very delicious to eat with rice. Wow, it's better than I thought. The beginning of spring here in Japan is February the 4th. So it's been almost a month that these trees have been blooming. Of course, there are many species of the trees, so they bloom at different times, but roughly in February. Some even go as far as April. And that's when they end and the cherry blossoms come. Wow, this tree is huge too. You can see, quite massive. Beautiful smell. Wow. The nose candy for the nose. You can see a few buds here. They are going to open probably in the next few days when the temperatures will increase. Unfortunately, in the past few days it's a little bit colder, which keeps the flowers on the tree. And that tree over there that looks brownish, it's finished blooming completely. That was the the one that had the blossoms first in at the beginning of the February. It's hard to hold this. Wind is shaking the branches. If you are lucky, there are places in Japan that offer hot springs. And maybe one of the flavors of the water in the hot springs is the smell of the plum. Not far away here is an active volcano in Hakone area. There is one hot spring that has multiple flavors. There's, for example, coffee, wine, sake, charcoal. That's not a flavor, but they have charcoal too. And a very salty spring as well. You can enjoy the smell of the coffee. Hot spring. This one is done. Let's see. Yeah, the bees have visited this one. This one was also the second tree. This is also a big one here. Nice fresh green stalks, branches actually having tiny blossoms. Nice smell, nice smell. Oh, this one is very good. Beautiful. Beautiful plum blossoms here. Makes me hungry to eat the plums that will appear later. Alright, let's go and see the rest of the park. This park is pretty big in size. Some spots don't have good reception. It's really well kept. Park service always takes care of these trees, trims them down, checks for safety so that no one gets crushed by a branch. And when there's a storm with strong winds, like you can see here, some branches fall down. So regular pruning is a must. There's also some wildlife in places like this. If you're lucky, you can spot a raccoon at night. And various kinds of birds, especially you can see here. They just chirp and eat something. Plus, there are lots of plants. The park enthusiasts come, take photos of them. Then in one of the I think 2 park centers here, they do exhibitions of their work for free, inside, indoors. You can go there and appreciate the nature from the pictures. At the playground. And on the weekend, lots of kids here. Last year, in one of these trees, there were honeybees. We'll see. I think it was this tree here. Oh, hello Iris, welcome to Japan. I think it was this tree. The bees were harassed by hornets, and despite that they returned the next year. We'll see what happens this year. Will there be honeybees? Who knows? I'm always tempted to think what's inside of the tree, how much honey can there be. I'm sure they have plaster ready, so likelihood of returning is pretty good. Oh, and another group of birds here grazing. And now we are under a very large tree. On the left we have plum related shrubs. These ones are called winter sweet. Very tiny flowers. Those come even before plums emerge, plum blossoms. Maybe these come in January and have this really nice perfumey smell to them, like really strong. You can smell them very easily. It almost makes you feel like, oh my goodness, the spring is right here, but it might be still winter, Here on the right, those are cherry trees, which will bloom in April. And on the left, the winter sweet. They are called ro by locals, which literally means waxy plums. Their flowers kind of look like waxy in texture, so that's why. We have a little bit of green grass trying to resuscitate itself after the cold weather. Could be just the one type of grass is growing here that is green, actually, because here it's just yellow. In 3 months this area will look like a jungle. Constant pruning and maintenance is always done here. It's almost like, if you were to leave your house without any pruning and maintenance, after about 6 months you might not be able to enter your entrance. You won't be able to see where your entrance is. It's scary to leave a house unattended because of the nature. These are cherry trees, also ready for April, which feels like it's still a long time, but it's not really. Coming up here, so this place is so big, they built a major road in between, and this is one overpass. You can see 2 lanes one way, 2 lanes the other, with bicycle routes and pedestrian paths. In the Middle Ages, this place was hunting grounds for daimyo, the samurai lord. And today is a park. Thank goodness. Ahead of here, this is a new park center that's been renovated. They completely tore apart the old building and redone this one. It's absolutely amazing inside. Winter, it's got air conditioning, it's warm. Summer, it's cool. You can go there for rest or toilets or maybe lunch. Sometimes, there are these exhibitions of photos taken by the locals. go down here. I think maybe 50 years ago this place was a golf course, and before that it was a farmland, but the golf course closed down, and I think the owner has sold or given the land to the city. As you can see, nice open spaces everywhere. Let's go under these trees. Over there is a little river which attracts different animals to this park, different birds. You can see beautiful herons, cranes, ducks. In the summer you get frogs and snakes. Quite nice. And the park is open 24 hours a day. Pretty safe to come here even in the middle of the night. Nice open space. These trees look fantastic in the autumn, when locals appreciate the changing of the colors. Some benches recently sponsored. Guess you can put, if you pay the money, you can put your plaque on the bench. That must feel special. Here we're passing this tree there over there. Hold on. It's really huge. It's like the Hitachi tree in Hawaii on Oahu. Wow, look at this. I think this is magnolia. Magnolia will have nice magnolia tree. It's this tree. That has beautiful flowers always. Big, beautiful flowers coming in maybe 3 colors, but it depends on the tree. This tree here, it looks almost like the Hitachi tree in Hawaii, except it's a different kind of a tree, and it doesn't have any leaves for the winter. Looks bare, but in the summer it's beautifully green. You can see it's massive. Probably it must be the oldest tree in this park. Maybe it's like a horror filming tree. You could probably ask for permission to film here. Some parks they let you do movies. Coming here, these trees are winter cherries. They bloom in November, but you can see some blossoms are still hanging on. Strange tree. It blooms the opposite of normal cherry, but it's still a cherry tree. It blooms more in November than it blooms in April. We have a pine. And more of the trees. They don't have any blossom now. Just a few months ago they looked very nice. People come here just to appreciate in the middle of winter, or when the winter is approaching, all these blossoms, and they just cannot believe, that it's winter. Yeah, all the flowers, they wilted away. Going to go here. Fortunately, this is the boundary of the park. normal road and buildings start here, but a little bit further down is the next park, which is also very big. So greenery is pretty abundant. And this is actually a recycling center. They recycle. What do they have over there? That looks like... that is like bed mattresses. Even bed mattresses, you know, they need to be recycled the right way. You cannot just throw them away like normal garbage. Civilization is here, and another overpass. Some parks are actually connected with paths like these together, going on for 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers. You can hop from one city to another, one area to another, and still enjoy greenery of the parks. It's really good if you have a bicycle, but sometimes you will see people walking. Over there in the distance is a train line, and behind the train line is another park. If it wasn't cloudy, behind these clouds over there you could see the top of Mount Fuji, which looks spectacular in the winter when the air is dry. In the summer it's a little bit harder to see as the air has a lot of moisture, it's humid. On the winter is the best season to take photos of Mount Fuji. You just have to find the good spot. Wow, the grass is greener on the other side of the park here, look at that. I think the green shrub here is azalea. They have beautiful flowers, low maintenance shrubs, you just have to cut them. Flowers come at the end of winter, depending on the species. And here we have an antique, look at that, it's a stationary telephone booth. Maybe no one's using it these days, but if you need to make a call and your phone is not with you, wow, what a convenience that is, and there are actually lots of these booths around. Here we have a mix of trees, mainly maples, but they've dropped their leaves half a year ago, so oh, there's a sign here, do not feed wild animals, and I guess that looks like a raccoon. They live here, although I think they might be hibernating for the winter. There's some green shrubs here. The trees, actually, the green trees are camellias. One of the main flowers that blooms in the winter is the camellia flower. In front of us is the white color camellia. Look at that, more of the buds are coming. There's one flower. Very lovely to see these, when it's some other season than winter, than summer. This kind of flower is the most hated flower by the samurai, as their flowers drop silently to the floor like a samurai's head falling down when their head is cut off. That's what I heard. Another tree here, another camellia. This one is actually pinkish, magenta. Look at all these heads or flowers on the ground. There's one beautiful flower. More of them coming, maybe. More of them going and dropping. Pretty low maintenance. You just have to cut the tree prune it from time to time. In that area over there is a roofed area for the people who do not like rain, which is not us, of course, because we are under the transparent umbrella. But you can actually go there, and there are tables and benches. You can hang around, surf the internet, enjoy time, work, or with your computer in peace. And on a rainy days, probably I already see there are about 6 people there. Yeah, maybe quiet place to sit, shielded from the rain. Here you can see the tree has been cut, probably due to some disease. Sometimes it's better to cut it than have the disease jump to another tree. Diseases come and go, cannot stop them. More benches here. Behind this pine, there is a ginkgo tree. Very beautiful view in December. It all looks golden with its yellow leaves, and afterwards they fall down, so you have this tree without anything, but it's golden on the ground. And on a cloudy day it almost glows golden. Pretty cool effect. Not far away from here, sometimes hornets make their nest. So some trees are bordered with cones, so you don't go and hug a tree and hug a hornet nest by mistake. But these ones here are, I think they're gonna be maybe pruned because they look very dangerous. Safety is number one, I guess, so let nobody be under the... I remember this tree ahead of here. This was a hornet's nest for last year. Spectacular insects flying. Of course, you have to observe them from a distance, but they are so big. It's almost, amazing to see them flying. They had the entrance right here. This was the entrance. We'll see what happens next year. Maybe the queen will come back. They all die after the autumn ends. So only the queen survives, and then she founds another colony later. And they're good insects because they control other insect populations. Maybe the colonists, they attack bees, but the Japanese honeybees, they have defensive behavior, which can suffocate these hornets. They jump en masse at one and just suffocate it by increasing the temperature. It's like a ball of bees around the hornet, but sometimes you get unlucky and they kill all your bees and take the honey. Maybe that's what they're for, waiting there for. All right. Anyway, if you guys like Japan, I am broadcasting on this channel on YouTube. You can subscribe, ask me questions if you want. I'm going to go now. Thanks for joining, and have a wonderful evening or day, everyone. Bye for now.